Yo, have you been on social media lately? Because not only do you look like this, but do you even know what you're seeing? Tell me, what have you been looking at on the gram, on the TikTok? Is it some inspirational quotes, some nice scenery, some tasty food? Amazing. Because if that's what you're seeing, hey, you don't need to see this video, just click off. But what about the rest of you? What have you been seeing? Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I was scrolling on TikTok earlier in preparation to prove my point here, but I kid you not, almost every video, like every other video, was sexual in nature. You go on Instagram as well, and you just see a bunch of models, celebrities, and you can't argue that beauty standards out of this world. Everybody is just picture perfect. So why am I bringing this stuff up? Because I don't have to, right? Why am I pointing these things out when I can just cram them under the couch cushions and just forget about them, like I did with my pop cans when I was younger? I'm talking about sexual media because someone has to step up, someone has to do what's right. I have nothing to do with fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. When I see filth, I can't just do nothing. That stench can't be ignored. Just like the smell of your stinky feet. Sexual media is everywhere. It's pervasive. I particularly want to talk about the trends and ideas on dating, sex, beauty, and attractiveness that the media pushes right now that is relevant to not only how we interact with our friends and everyday people, but for relationships, dating, and marriage. There's 3 points I want to make, so let's get started. The first point is the value and importance placed on sex. There's no debate that media places so much importance on sex in life and in marriage, that sex will lead you to happiness, to fulfillment. That if you're having sex, like, oh, can I get a signature? Come on. This is all that life is. This is all that love is. This is all that marriage and relationships is about. Because if it is, I don't want any part of it. Think about yourself. If you've taken a lot of media in, you may literally think of marriage and dating only in terms of sex. I can't wait to have sex. Yeah, but what else is there to dating and marriage? What's the reason behind it? It's love and sex. I found myself thinking like this. I watched a lot of porn, and took in a bunch of bad media, just unknowingly destroying my mind to oblivion. And so when I thought of marriage, I thought, I can't wait to get married. I can't wait to have sex. Yeah, but what else? To love and be loved, the intimacy with a woman and sex. Yeah, but what else though? What the hell else is there in marriage? Now, I didn't have an answer, not a clue. And so at that point, I knew I was messed up and I was screwed. If all I think about marriage is the physical and sexual parts, I'm stupid. But that's what the media pushes. Sex, sex, sex. But doesn't tell you a thing about what a healthy relationship, dating, marriage is about. And people buy it. Because if you make posts and videos about, you being in a relationship, having sex, making sexually explicit content, like the softcore porn on TikTok, then you will get status, praise, and validation from others. And for everyone else watching it and taking that media, we're left screwed. Our minds thinking that sex will lead to happiness and fulfillment. And that's what we should be going for. That's what we should be looking for in relationships and in life. No wonder people who are dating and in relationships are struggling so much. They find someone super attractive. Oh, let's have sex. Oh, it feels so good. It feels awesome. Look at the validation and status we're getting. And then a couple months later, a couple weeks later, and they're like, oh, this person sucks. I hate this person, how she does this and that. She's beautiful, but, I'm out. Bam, breakup. And this leads to my second point. When I was scrolling on TikTok, I saw a lot of videos with this sort of self-worth type theme in relation to dating. It pretty much goes like this, where you have a girl who's saying, I just broke up, but it's his loss, he doesn't deserve me, I'm worth more, while she's wearing revealing clothing, trying to show off her body and her beauty. I shouldn't show that, her partner is missing out. So not only does this place more value on sex, like in the first point that I made, but it also spreads ideas of others are wrong, I am right, so blame others. Now you'll start to think that not only is your sexual value, power in your relationship, but that's all you have to bring to the table, just be beautiful. And then if you end up breaking up because you got into a relationship based on looks and sex in the first place, then it's not your fault. You don't have to change anything about you. It's their fault. They're the problem. So blame them. It's crazy. This leads to my third point of how attractiveness and beauty has become the most important value to look for in a spouse. You see a bunch of TikTok posts where people are trying to show off how beautiful they are and how good at sex they are. You see other posts trying to tell you to become successful so you can find a beautiful wife. That's super, super popular. And you look at other couples and you compare to them and thinking that like, oh, that's what I need, that's what's gonna make me happy. Beauty quickly becomes the most important trait in dating. Think of yourself and how you think about choosing a spouse. There's a high chance that you place a stupid amount of importance on beauty. They need to look like this and that, their eyes have to look like that, their body has to look like this. And when you think of other characteristics that they should have or the real purpose of marriage, then your mind goes blank. Like I said before, your value in dating and marriage is placed on attractiveness, sex, and you haven't a clue of what makes a good relationship. Thus you go here and there having a relationship with this person, that person, getting frustrated, when in fact it's because you actually don't understand what makes a good relationship. Your values are placed on things that don't matter that much, especially at the extent to which you place them at. Look, if you continue to use social media and continue to run into the sexual content that I'm talking about, you have no idea how much this shapes the way you think. The way you see love, dating, marriage is completely screwed up. This is one reason why I tell you in so many of my videos to stop using social media, stop scrolling mindlessly. We're gonna end up like me, placing so much emphasis and value on sex and beauty and having to work extra hard just to renew my mind. No joke, but I would literally sit around thinking about what sex could be like when I got married. But now, being off of social media, I can tell you this makes a huge difference. Combined with spiritual disciplines, you can start to renew your mind and just be able to stop placing so much importance on the things that the media tells you is important. So I encourage you to stop using social media and then taking garbage. At least you know now of its repercussions. But that's it for me. Just remember, if anyone that knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, is sin for them. So please, kill the flesh.